Hello everybody, and a very happy and hopeful new year to you all. I know it's not quite as we expected it to be, but the most important thing is that our community stays in touch with one another. And as you can see from the screen behind me, for the next few weeks, our value at Salmon Ball is hope. So that's what my assembly is going to be about today. Now, reception, I was thinking about your nativity, and I was thinking how much hope there is in the birth of a new child. And of course, you did lots of learning about how important the birth of Jesus was at Christmas time. Now, talking of new births, the other exciting thing happening at Salmon Ball this term is we're planning and preparing for the launch of our mini farm. And at the weekend, some guinea pigs were born that are going to be ready to come to our farm when we launch it later this term. So another example of hope. Now, you might be wondering what hope is, and when I was planning for this assembly, I had a little look and a little research to think about what hope really meant. And the best explanation I found was that hope is believing that good things will happen. So like the birth of somebody new, but also at the moment, although it's a little bit tricky, we've all got lots of time to spend with our families, and that is indeed hopeful as well. I've got a story to share with you today, Lubna and Pebble, one of my favourites, and I'm hoping that you're going to be able to find lots of examples of hope within my story. So have a think about that as you're listening. Lubna's best friend was a pebble. It was shiny and smooth and grey. Lubna found it on the beach when they arrived in the night. Then she fell asleep in Daddy's salty arms. When Lubna opened her eyes, it was morning. They had landed in a world of tents. Lubna clutched Daddy's hand and gripped her pebble. Somehow she knew they'd keep her safe. In a big white tent, Lubna found a felt tip pen. She drew a happy face on her pebble. "Hello, Pebble," whispered Lubna. Pebble smiled back. Lubna told Pebble everything about her brothers, about home, about the war. Pebble always listened to her stories. Pebble always smiled when she felt scared. "I love you, Pebble," sighed Lubna. Then the winter arrived. The winds began to blow, the tents began to flap. Daddy said, "Come close, I'll keep you warm." But Lubna was worried. What if Pebble gets a cold? "That must never happen," said Daddy. He went and found a shoebox and a tea towel. "Thank you," Lubna grinned. Then she put Pebble to bed and kissed it goodnight. Soon a little boy arrived. At first he had no words, just blinks and sneezes and stares. "This is my best friend Pebble," Lubna said. The little boy coughed and sneezed and smiled. "Hello, Pebble. My name's Amir." Lubna and Amir became friends. They played hide and seek underneath the stars. But at bedtime, Lubna whispered to Pebble, "You are still my best friend." One day, Daddy was beaming. "We are leaving. We found a new home." Lubna felt happy, then sad. Amir cried. That night, Lubna couldn't sleep. She asked Pebble what to do. Pebble didn't answer, but by the morning, Lubna knew. Wonder if anyone can guess what Lubna's going to do. Lubna gave Amir the shoebox and the pen. "What do I do if Pebble misses you?" asked Amir. "Draw the smile back on," said Lubna. "And what do I do if I miss you?" "Tell Pebble all about it," Lubna said. Amir nodded and held the shoebox tight. Goodbye, Pebble, Lubna whispered. Hello, Pebble, Amir said. Now, I hope you could find all of the examples of hope in that story. There were so many of them. The love between Lubna and her daddy, the friendship between Lubna and Amir that was so important, and then the lovely thing that Lubna did to pass on Pebble to Amir when she was really hopeful and excited about her new home. I hope that the Pebble being passed to Amir would keep him happy until he also had a future to look forward to and a new home to go to. The music that you heard at the beginning, and that I'm about to put on again for you, is by our new composer, Mozart, and he's our composer for January. And what you're listening to is the overture, the beginning part, to The Marriage of Figaro. I chose it because it's really hopeful, joyous music, and because marriage is also another thing that gives hope to families all across the world, all the time. It's been wonderful speaking to you this morning, reception and year one. We do miss you all, of course, but we will stay in touch. Thank you so much for all of the wonderful work that you're doing. We're enjoying seeing it on Tapestry, and to year one, the work that you're sending in to the staff. You're all doing a fantastic job, and we hope and we know that we'll be able to welcome you back to Salmon Ball not too long from now. Thank you.